This is Ascendant MuRiDa, Special Light Love Warrior Snow Judah Be Shield. The Divine Forces want me to give another lesson, another tutorial, something that I specialize in. As you guys know, that I am a grand spiritual teacher, and somebody on YouTube was saying, why should you even care about spirituality? Understand this, spirituality. Understand well. First, you need to understand what spirituality is. A lot of people talk about spirituality, and nobody knows what it is. This is what spirituality is. Spirituality is simply anything that's not seen. So thoughts are spirituality, emotions are spirituality. Some of your greatest gifts, some of your greatest gifts that you have are spirituality. For instance, light, love, magnetic, and air. These and spirit is. These are the greatest gifts that you have. Even water, you can't even see water. Water's inside your system, and you can't really see it. So actually, all the six greatest gifts that you have, that Divine Father, Sovereign Lord, Divine Creator gave you, are spirituality. Uh, the six greatest gifts are spirit that you're given. And remember, thoughts are spirituality. Anything that's psychic is spirituality. The five clairs, which is clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentient, all those are spirituality. Telekinesis is spirituality. Telepathy is spirituality, and even things done by even your auras are spirituality. This is why it's crucial to be about spirituality. This is one of the main reasons why I'm so powerful, is because and this is something that the reason why the divine forces want me to edit spirituality stuff, to train people on spirituality, because you're, like I said, your six greatest gifts are all spirituality. I Some of the most important things that you have are spirituality. And remember, your special chemicals that flood into your body are spirituality too. So remember, this is crucial to always remember. This is what the extra dimensional beings taught me, and the High Lotus knows the grandsons of Sun, that anything that's not seen is spirituality. So always remember that anything that's not seen. So thoughts, psychic, your six greatest gifts, your chemicals that flood into your system. Uh, Let me see. Your prayers are spirituality. Your prayer is a very, remember, you're in constant prayer. You're always in prayer. If Anytime you make an intention, or anytime you make a desire or intention, and that you release, anytime you make a desire or intention, that you are praying, and to get momentum with that prayer and that intention. That desire or that intention, which is a prayer. So every is to release anything that's keeping you. You need to release. It's kind of like breathing. You need to release. Well, whatever to build momentum. You need to have a desire, an intention. That's a prayer. Remember, you're in constant prayer, and then you need to release the old. So you release. What's no longer. What's not pushing you forward. So, for instance, just a little bit ago, I wasn't fearful, but I was a little bit nervous. So right there, that nervousness is a small level of fear. It's a very minimum level of fear. So in order for me to get past, my desire, my intention is to always fully trust the divine, my protection, my support, my bulletproofness, in order to get to in order to achieve that prayer, in order to build momentum, I have to release whatever's blocking, whatever's keeping me from that desire, that intention, which is a prayer. Um, fear, and I have to reprogram, and you can also reprogram your body, and that will help you build momentum even more. So remember that that's an important lesson. Okay. So right now, you know that spirituality is anything that's not seen. Spirituality is a resource and it's a tool. Remember, your whole life is about enjoyment. It's about doing what you want to do. Remember, it's not about you. You can do whatever you want. You can skydive a day and night if you want. It's about being. It's about being the best version of yourself. Remember, it's you can do whatever you want. We're moving. We're already in the fifth dimension. We're not in the third dimension. Remember, the third dimension was about slavery. Was about it was the lesson. It was the karma, and it was all all that dark. It was basically a dark reality. But we're moved into the fifth dimension, which is a more which is the two extra it's the extra dimensional reality, and that means a better reality. We don't have to have karma anymore. We don't So just remember that we're in a reality right now where it's okay to neutralize and to get rid of karma and to live a remember, each dimension that goes up is a better reality. So like the Arcturians that are living in the ninth dimension and the 12th dimension, and the Arcturians in the future that are living in the 12th dimension, they're living in the highest realities in our universe. This is why they're so powerful. Now remember that remember, higher realities can come to lower realities, and then remember to get up to these higher realities, you need codes, which I'll explain which I'll explain now. You need codes. You need like divine light, divine love. You need these codes to gain access to the higher realms, and to get these codes. Well, I don't have permission. I can get these codes for myself. There's either two ways you can get these codes. Either you can get if you're a star seed, you can get these codes from your higher self. If you have that connection, if you have that communication, or you can get codes from Susanna Maria Manuel, who's in London. Look up her YouTube. These are the two ways you can get these codes, and I got confirmation. Look at this. Alpha Alert is Silken Raw. Is that correct? If somebody's a star seed, they can get the codes from their higher self, from the higher realm. That's a yes. Now, Alpha Lourdes Silken Raw, is it probably the best thing for people to get their codes from Susanna Maria Manuel through her activations? Is that the best way to get the codes? So okay, so that's the yes too. So remember, the best way to get the codes is through Susanna Maria Manuel, which she's gonna blow up here next year. So try to get in her activations as soon as possible. Remember, and this is important lessons. And what else I can tell you guys? And remember, spirituality is just like I said, anything that's not seen. It's a tool and it's a resource. It's to make your life more enjoyable. Remember, the goal is to have a more enjoyable life, to do what you want to do, to be what you want to be, or not be what you want to be. You have to be the highest version of yourself, but you can do whatever you want to do. So always remember that. It's remember the Arcturian motto, Arcturian I am. It's not about what you do, it's about who you are. Always remember that, Arcturian I am. Use that as a motto. It's not about you can do whatever you want, but it's about being your true authentic self, as they say it. This is Ascendant MuRiDa Special Light and Love Warrior. This is an important lesson from for me.